Good morning. So, this is the week of September 7th through 11th, and we were out on Monday for the Labor Day weekend. And so, I know some of my students from Monday, as well as a few virtual learners, have said that they're not sure exactly how to get started on their work for the week. So, I just wanted to stop and take a few minutes and go over this. So, as you know, I'm in Ninth Lit, I'm actually in first periods class, and this is for this week of the 7th through the 11th. And when you look, please notice that we have things numbered, and also notice that there is a view more. You always probably want to click the view more so to make sure that you can see everything all the way down to make sure you don't forget something. Typically, what we're going to do is for number one, it will have recordings like this on how to do everything for the week. It'll probably say start here starting next week. It'll also be where we will place the recorded Google Meet. We will do one live every week in class, exactly doing it what the class is doing at that time. If you are an in class student, the things that do not say homework are the activities we will complete in class, provided we have time and don't run out of time. Past that, there are things that you will always do, and it'll be listed as homework, and this is for those to do outside of class. Those of you who are virtual, you're doing everything, so just be aware of that, right? So typically, one will have the Google Meet and this particular directions. If there's anything that goes with that, like Google Meet expectations, how to act in a Google Meet, or here's a particular something, a question that was pushed out to in-class students from the principal, those will all be there. Then we'll start with the rest of the week. Number two will almost always be a quick write. It is a 5 to 10 minute writing where you have something to write. It may be about our subject, which in this week it is. It's called What Makes a Hero a Hero. I also have a link provided in there to a song that kind of goes with it, so you could watch the video, listen to the song, and then write. It is provided. That's what we are doing actually in class, listening to it while we are writing. But this is a 5 to 10 minute writing. It'll either tie into our lesson, as I said, or sometimes I'm going to have something maybe that's going on current in the news. Sometimes I may ask a question that's just totally different. But each week, this is where you start 5 to 10 minutes. It will be through No Red Ink. And so there will be a link that will take you straight there so that you are logging in. Remember, you always log into anything. If it gives you the option to log in with Google, log in with Google, because when you signed up for any of these accounts, that is exactly how you did that. If you are joining us late and you haven't signed up, you go back to the first week, and I have everything listed there on where to sign up so that you have joined all of our activities and things. All right, so there's the video, there's your writing. Oh, I want to mention one more thing. You can always click this view assignment. And when you click it, see, I see all of your work, but you will actually have where you're going to write in or anything. You'll have you may have a box right in this corner. And that box will give you any specific other directions. Let me go back quickly now here. Keep in mind too that that's the title. Here is where I will actually answer. I'll give directions that have to go with this. All right, so I'm going to look out of this. Okay, this was where I wrote for, I'm sorry, it came in twice because I didn't number it. It's just the same assignment talking about it. Third assignment. So once you've done two, we don't need that. We will go to number three. Number three this week, for instance, is a Nearpod, and this is where you will click in. This is designed so instead of seeing the whole class, you may see part of the class. You may only see actually your own comments, and I will get all of those turned in one place. So you will click this link. Warning that pretty quickly into it, it's going to say go log into News ELA. In that particular one, you don't create an account, you just sign in with Google, okay? Just sign in with Google, minimize it, move on, because it comes up later. It's not at the beginning. It just has you go ahead and sign in, so when you get to the article, you can read it. Don't forget in the article, when you actually get there, there's a button on the side that says activities, and there is a quiz inside that articles that you read. So always check to make sure you followed all the directions, either listed at the top in the Nearpod or over to the side. Okay. draw the Iliad. In class, I was reading this out loud. We did kind of run out of time, but I also recorded this here, okay? So if you click down further, here's me telling the story. I'll tell the story, I'll pause, and I tell you this in there to give you time to draw. You can always just stop the video. You can draw and then come back. But this is supposed to be an idea of you're taking notes without using words, okay? If you wish to draw that on your own on a separate sheet of paper and not try drawing actually on a Google slide, I gave you directions here on how to insert a photo into a Google slide, and it'll take you step by step how to take a photo with your phone or your parents' phone, and then how to email it to yourself and how to upload it, or how to use your computer and do it so that you are taking the photo using the camera on your computer. So those are in there. Okay. I try in each section to give you that information. The next thing, everybody's required to do MemBeam. You should have already got signed in. Okay. And keep in mind, you noticed on my screen, I can see how many people have turned in and how many people are assigned. While this one's not quite as important, when you have an activity like this drawing, okay, when you finish and you get your slide in there, there's a turn in button. Please be sure you turn in the assignment. If you do not turn in the assignment, then it looks like you haven't completed it. Even if it's something like this Nearpod activity that you don't actually do inside of the assignment, once you're finished with it, you can click turned in, and then it's kind of like a checklist. You know, I did that, turn it in, and then move on. Okay. All right. 5 was MemBeam. 30 minutes over the course of the week. Every student in the school has to do this. When you log in, it first asked you to calibrate, and you should have done that last week. If not, you'll do that, and that does not count for your 30 minutes. Then it says training, like, are you ready or something, start training. And you click the training, and then it gets you started, and you get in there, and it's going to work with you on words. And I'll be able to see through that program what you're doing. We will probably go another, not just this week, next week, maybe the week after before we have our first quiz. But I'll give you a warning that that's coming, and you will have to log in on a specific day. All right. But anyway, MemBeam. MemBeam is next. Number 5, get your 30 minutes of MemBeam. Okay. 6 is not necessarily a requirement, but we will do a office hour Google Meet every Friday, usually starting at 1 o'clock, unless I have a meeting, and then we'll tell you if it's rescheduled. This is a check-in. You simply get on, you say hi, you wave at us, and then if you have any questions that we might can help you with, whether it is in our classes or in any other class, feel free to hop on then. Okay. This is listed. This was homework from last week. You had the no red ink where you were supposed to have signed in and completed the diagnostic. I just posted a reminder here. Okay. Probably when you were here in the quick write, it's also in no red ink. You might have gotten a little pop-up that told you still needed to finish that assignment. Then we get to homework. This week's homework, we have a paragraph. It's in Google Docs that you are supposed to fix. There are some errors. Capitalization, punctuation. There are sentences that are fragments, that are sentences that are too long. You can either fix inside this one, or if you just want to copy the whole thing and go down at the bottom and start a new document and rework it, you can do however. But I need that completed, and then don't forget to hit the turned in. Additional homework. Oh, sorry. I've got this listed twice. Oh, I know why. In this first one, the document was posted that was not editable. So that would be one where you would have to just copy and paste. This one is actually editable. We were able to run in and change it so that you could do that. But since some people had started it, I did not want to put it as I didn't want to delete the first one. So those are the same homework. This homework assignment is an article. You can either read it here online, or you can read it here hard copy. Same exact article. I just copied it so that it wasn't online and put it into a Google Doc, okay? It's not something you can edit. You can't do, editing with that. It's just where you can read it, whichever works easiest on your device when you are at home. And then here are questions for Google Docs. Now, I mentioned up here, and I have shown before, where you can do two screens. If I was doing this homework at home, I'd probably have this opened on half of my screen and this opened on the other half of my screen. And then I could go through and read and answer the questions. I posted this here. It's a 2-minute how to use read and write for Google. This is one of your extensions. I'm going up here to the top and you can see these are extensions. This is actually what I'm using right now, Screencastify. I have my little Bitmoji here, right? So, and you can, if you don't see many, you should have this. And when you click, it gives you additional extensions, and some things that are going to be asked. And they may ask for access. Give them access, first off. Yes, give it access, because all of these have been approved and sent out by the school system. In this, it will actually pop up an extra toolbar and it will read to you the article. It would read to you the questions. It actually has you can start typing and it's a predictor and it'll help fill in words and things. So everyone has access to this. You can use this. So please use it if you would need to, or if you just prefer hearing instead of reading, you would have that option. Okay. All right. And then your last homework assignment is always posted, and it just says finish all assignments from this class. This is to remind you. It's simply a reminder, right? Make sure all assignments are finished. In case you got busy and you had to go take care of a problem or do something, this is your thing to make you go back and say, double check that you have finished everything for the week. So that is how you would do this week's assignments for 9th Lit. If you have questions, we made sure that you have many options to call us, text us. You can send us an email. You can, comment actually in the assignment, and we will get those. If you have any questions, please use those and let us know. We can't help if we don't know. Thanks, and you guys have a great week.